Yo, sleepers, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I just want to share a quick little video with you guys on how to set up circuits. And I'm going to let you know upfront that circuits cannot automate your base, so you still have to put stuff in and do tasks and things. But what you can achieve with these circuits is you can have some nice order within all your storage chests so that you don't have like all kinds of different things going to all kinds of different chests. You can set up like dump chests, so you just run past and you press F to auto deposit or like quick deposit all the items you've been out to gather. And then your refineries and stuff, you can set them up to only pull from specific chests, but then when they output, they will deliver to like a refined chest basically. So you know that in these refined chests, you'll only find refined goods. So basically that's what it lets you do. It lets you set up some dump chests and then it lets you set up refined chests. Obviously that is just the basics to it, but this is what we got. So this is how we're going to set it up. So first of all, you come into your base, you land in your hangar, you'll come inside and then you'll have yourself a bunch of dump chests. So now when I run past all these chests, I just want to hit quick deposit. I just want to run past and smack quick deposit. And if we set up our circuits right, that will work. And then the top chests or like the other chests, we have these all set up as like our refined goods chest. If we have a look at the chest, these circuits are up above and they don't really tell you what's in and out. We know the circuit on the left side, this is the in circuit, and the circuit on the right side, this is the out circuit. So the only way that something can automatically come in with a circuit is basically stuff in machines like refineries, oil refineries, chemical refineries, spice refineries. Anything that is producing a product, that's the only thing that will ever be able to deliver in the front circuit. And then the second circuit where it pulls out of, again, that's going to be your machines where they can actually pull out of and access things. Although this does work for fabricators and pretty much anything within your base that will use a material. If they're set on different inputs on the machines to the outputs of your chests, then they won't actually be able to pull from it. And then when you go to use your machines, if they don't match the in and out on the storage chest, then they won't actually be able to access the materials. So the TLDR easy circuit setup that we have for you guys is going to be to set your dump chest to 2 in, 1 out. Now dump chest is literally just going to be like I showed you guys. You run past after you've been outside collecting stuff, killing stuff, and you're just going to dump everything. In these chests, you want to put stuff like all the different ores, fibers, fuel cells, machinery, cloth, anything that you can pick up and gather in the world outside. Like pretty much whenever you go outside to go do something, you usually come back with a bunch of stuff. You run past your dump chest and you just spam F. It's going to deposit everything into those. And for the circuit, you want those to be on 2 in, 1 out. And then for the next thing in the circuit, you want your refineries to be on 1 in and 3 out. Reason being with your refinery set to 1 in is that they can pull from all the dump chests that were set at 1 out. And then the reason we have the refinery set to 3 out is because you can see our storage chests, they're going to be 3 in and 1 out. So they will get all the materials from the refinery. So like all the refined materials will go into them. And then only the refineries can pull from them. As your dump chests are set to number 2 in the circuit, if your storage chest does get full, it's not going to overflow into dump chests. It's actually going to overflow into your crafting benches and refineries. That's the only like kind of downside to the circuit. But if you're managing everything well and you have enough chests and things, you should have more than enough storage chests versus your dump chest. So just make sure you have enough storage chests for the after refining. And then the final loop in the circuit is we have our crafting benches. This is pretty much the fabricators, repair benches, anything else. Just you can pretty much just leave it at default. So this is going to be to 1 in, 1 out. And whenever you place a new device, fabricator, machine, box, anything, it'll always default to 1 in, 1 out on the circuit. So you can just have your crafting benches, fabricators just left at default. So they'll always be able to pull out of the storage chest. That's all the chests with the refined goods. And they'll also be able to pull out of the dump chest because those also have circuit 1 as the out circuit. And then the only other thing I can tell you guys for the circuits is to make this actually work with your refinery machines and things, you have to go up to their storage and make sure you place 1 Solari in each of the storages. You can just take all the Solaris that you have. So you have like 22,000 or whatever. You go ahead and just split that. So you just right click on it. It's going to split that, drop it down to 1. Just keep splitting it over and over. Then make sure you place these in 1 by 1. Because if you just press E to deposit them all over, it's going to stack them up on 1. And the reason we do this is because your storage machines only have 5 slots. But they do have a pretty low weight limit. As you can see, the volume there is at 500. So the only way that this is going to start depositing things into circuit 3 is when the boxes or like when the storage is actually full. And sometimes when you go ahead and craft like mass produce a lot of items, you'll forget. So it'll be like a stack of something there, a stack of something there. And then if the volume is full, it's not going to work, or it's just going to go on the ground, or it's going to like weird stuff is going to start happening if you don't have enough storage. I think actually what happens is the machine just completely turns off. So you go ahead and queue something up, and then once the storage over here gets full, has nowhere to go, it's just going to turn off. So you'll pretty much just be wasting crafting time. So that's the only other thing I could remind you guys to go do. Make sure you put 1 solar in all of your refiners. That counts for anything that's going to make products. So like your chemical refiners, your oil refiners, and then also your spice refiners. But if you are playing with people like in a guild or something and you want to set up your spice refiners to maybe a different circuit, you could do that as well, like have those running just on their own separate circuit, maybe circuit 4 for their chest and the refineries, just so that you can keep the spice locked away in a chest that you want of your choosing. And then the last thing that I do with circuits, if I come up to show you guys my little quarters, this is pretty much just where I keep my own gear and stuff that I switch between. I set these chests to 8 in and 8 out, just so that nothing's going to ever interfere with them. So I'll never come in here and there'll be random stuff within my chest. This is why I just like to keep my stuff that I switch in and out of, you know, depending on what I'm doing. So that's pretty much all you can do with circuits. Unfortunately, we can't make it more automated, but it can keep order. And if you guys know me, I like my order, and I definitely recommend you guys should have order in your bases, because you don't want to run past like dumb chests and you press F and then there goes all your darts or your bandages or something like that. That's going to waste time. And then if you actually want to go look for stuff to refine or craft something or take it to another base, you know exactly where it is. So it just saves you so much time in the long run. So make sure you keep your bases organized, especially your storage chests, so you're not standing there scratching here trying to figure out where you actually sent your spice to. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you found it helpful, please drop a like and a sub to the channel. Helps me out so much, and I'll catch you beautiful people out there in Arrakis. Remember, stay hydrated.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the